Have you ever heard of somebody who abducts little boys?
Room below's got some horrible smells.
We don't want to go in there.
What are you doing?
Complimentary room service. Here is that.
Hello and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host, Laura.
I'm Joel.
And we're the Newly Deads. If this is your first time watching, this is a half-hour chat show where Mr. Newly Dead and I talk about a movie that we've watched. If this is not your first time, welcome back. We appreciate you joining us. And if this is your first, second, third, 50th, we appreciate you joining us. If you are new to this show, though, and you want more information about us, like who the heck are these people, you can go to our website, which is called thenewlydeads.com for all of your Newly Deads needs. On that site, you can find information about this show. We also do other kinds of shows on YouTube. So there's unboxing videos that Mr. Newly Dead does. He uploads old episodes of Dollar Store Drive-In, which is Dollar Store Drive-In Classics. He does that every single Friday. And then we also do snack videos called Sinister Snacks. On the website, too, there are some blog posts that Mr. Newly Dead does. Sometimes he does reviews. And we are both artists. And so we do an annual market called the Witches Market. It's located here in the Northern Illinois area. It's actually at the Boone County Fairgrounds, which is located in Belvidere, Illinois. And we are going to be doing that once again. So it is the first weekend in October that is put on by Wolf Hollow Events. And there's like 150 plus vendors, food trucks, all sorts of fun things. So please come check that out. Also, we're not doing this event, but they are doing something called Summerween, which is also at the Boone County Fairgrounds. And that is going to be the second weekend in June. Yeah, it's not this weekend. I think it's next weekend.
Coming up fast.
Yeah.
I'll have the information up here for you, though.
Yes, sorry about that. I don't actually have the date. But yeah, we highly recommend going to that too. It's a little bit different of a vibe. More than the Witches Market is more like geared towards, like witchy things and stuff like that. This is more, think of like Halloween. So there's a lot of different vendors that cater towards people who are into Halloween and that kind of stuff. So like we are. But yeah, that's enough of that. Plugging us and plugging all the fun stuff. We're here because we are watching a movie, or we did watch a movie, and we're going to talk about that movie. We do have some criteria for the movie. So in order to make sure that this show kind of have some sort of structure, we do, just try to keep it on the same kind of even keel. So sorry, Bailey keeps jumping up and down. This is Bailey. He's one of our co-hosts. He's a 12-year-old Shih Tzu. And he likes Mr. Newly Dead's lap. But the criteria for the movies is it needs to be under $5. It needs to be a horror, thriller, or sci-fi genre movie. And it needs to be a movie that neither of us have ever seen before. We did watch a movie this week. Where did we get this one from?
Hidden Treasures.
Hidden Treasures. We get a lot of our movies from Hidden Treasures.
They have a lot of hidden treasures.
Yeah, Hidden Treasures. Yeah, exactly. Is located in Machesney Park, Loves Park. Actually, I think it's Loves Park, Illinois, but it's in the Rockford area. That's where we're located. And it is a really cool store. So it is, think of like an antique, what is it? Not a vintage sort of mall where they've got different vendors and different little shops inside of it. And there's lots and lots and lots and lots of vendors in there, hundreds of vendors. They've got things all the way from antique pieces, or sometimes there's things that people have created, like makers and stuff like that. So we really, really enjoy going to that shop. And sometimes we find little gems like this. Is this a gem? We'll see. We'll find out.
We got thoughts.
We got thoughts on it. But Silent Warnings is the movie that we watched. It says you can feel the fear on the front of it.
You can feel something.
Can you feel the fear? Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to read the synopsis. We will watch the trailer, and then we will discuss the movie. So I'm going to get on to the meat and potatoes here. Actually, the meat and potatoes is you. All right. In a small Oregon town, mysterious crop circles have begun appearing in Joe Vossamer's cornfields. When Joe's cousin Lane and his 5 college friends and local sheriff Willingham happen upon the otherworldly designs, they unleash unfathomable terror beyond anything that they've ever known. The close-knit group is desperate to escape the grisly wrath of their discovery once they realize that the circles are not merely innocent signs, but deadly warnings. There are some
Silent
fun,
but deadly warning.
There's some fun actors in this movie too, so that's what I was super excited about. But yes, so we're gonna watch a trailer, and to do that, usually I will do a little segue. So Mr. Newly Dead puts a little trailer that pops up in here, and I usually get to name what we want it to be. I'm just gonna say, can you just put a flying UFO? All right, we'll do a little UFO segue into the trailer, and then we will be right back because we are going to watch the trailer so you can see what we watched, and you can talk about it with us, I guess, if you want to email us at contact@thenewlydeads.com. All right, we'll be right back.
Evidence has been found. The unexplained has been happening. The warning has been sent. Now, the invasion will begin. Stephen Baldwin, A.J. Buckley, and Billy Zane. Silent warnings.
We're back. On the little break, we were thinking we needed a Newly Dead song. Maybe one of these days we'll create something like that.
Or if any of you out there are musicians and want to write us a song,
we're always down for that. We'll promote the heck out of you, like we always do with all of the things that we enjoy.
yeah, hit us up. We'll be happy to collaborate.
Heck yeah. But, all right, Mr. Newly Dead has a white sheet of paper there with some writing on it, and that means he's got some notes. What you got there, Mr. Newly Dead?
So whenever we watch film, I will take notes digitally, print them out, and at the end of the year, we will collect them. Miss Newly Dead will create a flip book, and you can check out the last 3 years worth of flip books on our aforementioned website. Those are available right now. They give us structure, a little bit of information about the films, a breakdown of kind of what happened, and that way we know what we're talking about as we go. We also both like to draw, so we'll usually put some sort of artwork on there as well. But Miss Newly Dead also is committed to taking notes this year yet again, and she is at 100% for this year and last year, consistently on her iPad this year. So at this point, I'm going to show her what I drew, which is one whole thing.
An alien face.
It's supposed to be an alien, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a gaunt, sort of like skinny looking alien.
Until I added the nostrils, which some aliens have nostrils, some don't. It looked more like an alien. Once I added the nostrils, it just looked like a very emaciated person, which was a mistake.
No, I think it looks cool.
It is what it is.
Good job. I drew an alien also, and his name is Binguini.
And Binguini is based off of?
A light fixture at the gardens that I work at.
She sees it almost every day, and she's like, I've been seeing this light fixture, and I decided to turn it into an alien.
I wanted to turn it into a face for so long. The light fixture itself is this kind of thing, and it's got two lights like that. It's like an emergency light, I think. And it just every single time I leave the bathroom stall, I see this thing, and I'm like, I need to take a picture of it and use it as a reference, and I sure did that. So.
And needless to say, I also am now singing the song "The Alien" by Manchester Orchestra.
Nice.
Which, if you're not familiar with the band, the Manchester Orchestra, why not?
Alien.
You should be familiar.
Alien. Yep.
So, Silent Warnings, aka Dark Harvest, is from 2003, currently sitting at 4.1 out of 10 on the Internet Movie Database. This is a made-for-TV movie. Now, before you say, oh, like CBS, NBC, ABC, no, this was made for the Sci-Fi Channel back when it was still SCIFI. It was commissioned by them, and this was before they became SYFY, which at that point, they apparently allowed nudity because there
was some boobs.
There was a couple of instances of nudity in this
Couple
film.
of boobs.
And some cursing, which current sci-fi original films do not carry those.
No.
So, because we were watching it and they're like, "Is you sure this is made for TV?" I'm like, "I'm positive." I double checked.
like-
I even wrote notes about it. So,
Skinamax?
in the notes.
Question mark.
So, this is directed by Christian McIntyre and co-written, by the way, who is known for Lost Voyage, Land Speed, which I think that's a record of some sort, Antibody, which not to be confused with the film Antibodies with Dane DeHaan, different movie, and something called Phantom Force, which seems like something we probably should watch. His writing credits include Lost Voyage, something called Warbirds, which I think is a war movie about airplanes, and this, and that's it. So the other writers, we have Bill Lundy, who is known for this, Alien Siege, which I had to include because it's another Alien film, something that is in production called Death Wish Daisy, which normally I don't include in production things because they don't have show art usually, but I just like the title, Death Wish Daisy. And then he did a short film. This is also co-written by someone named Kevin Gendrau, who did this, also had a hand in Warbirds, and something called Deep Evil, which I'm guessing is maybe something about an underwater
Yeah,
thing,
sounds
perhaps?
like it. Or just under the ground.
Perhaps. Now, this stars one A.J. Buckley as our lead guy, who was in Time Cop 2, The Berlin Decision, which Time Cop was a lot of fun. I saw it in the theater back when I was in high school with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Second one does not include Jean-Claude, but I had to include it here. Something called Manticore, which I assume is something like I think it's a mythological creature,
It is.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like anyway.
I think it's like a lion,
Is that what it is?
something like
Maybe
that.
I'll include it up here if it's not on the poster.
gonna look it
Christmas Mail, M-A-I-L, not like a male.
Oh,
Zombie Hamlet, which I thought sounded fun, and Jimmy and Judy.
Jimmy and Judy.
Then we've got one of our female leads, Michelle Borth, who was in Shazam. Yep, the Zachary Levi Shazam. She was in Wonderland, the biopic about John Holmes, and I want to say Val Kilmer played him. Oh, it's like a lion
And a scorpion.
and a scorpion.
That's what a manticore is.
Interesting. Komodo versus Cobra, which is like in a Komodo dragon versus a cobra, and they both look giant. And Easy Rider 2, The Long Ride Home, which is very confusing to me. If you've never seen Easy Rider with Jack Nicholson, Peter Fonda, and Dennis Hopper, spoiler alert, and Karen Black, spoiler alert, they die at the end. And so I don't know how there's a 2.
Huh.
They're not zombies. So anyway, then the two most important people that I saved for last, we've got Stephen Baldwin, who gets top billing, even though he's only in the first 5 minutes of the film, maybe, not even, maybe 10 minutes if you include the flashbacks, who you may know from Threesome, which is a film from my college days
That he really enjoys.
I really appreciate. Biodome with Pauly Shore that I believe Stephen Baldwin in his Born Again phase that he's in now kind of has shrugged off as being something that didn't happen or was not something he's proud of, as he is with Threesome. The Usual Suspects, which is the one that really could have rocketed him to like Alec Baldwin level of fame, but he made some choices and made some life decisions that adjusted his career and then has put him where he's at now. He does have an interesting YouTube channel. Go check that out. I think it's called One Bad Movie. Half Baked, he was in that briefly,
He was.
which is a Laura favorite.
I do like that movie.
And Fled, which there was a period where there was buddy movies like Bulletproof with Adam Sandler and Keenan Ivory Wayans. This one was Stephen Baldwin and Lawrence Fishburne, where they are escaped convicts. I don't remember much about it. I do remember seeing it though when it was out when it came out on VHS. Then we have the last person I think Laura was referencing, Mr. Billy Zane, that made this movie zany as heck.
I like Zane.
Who was in The Phantom, which is a fun superhero movie that I have a feeling is going to get rebooted again. It's had a couple of other versions that have been made, but not the original version. He was in Titanic, of course, that movie about the boat that sank.
Such a jerk in that.
Such a jerk. Back to the Future 2. He was one of the jerks in that movie, speaking of jerks.
He was, yep.
Because he looks kind of like a jerk. He was in Zoolander 1 and 2 playing himself. He's one of the like linchpins of the films because they keep talking about his friend Billy Zane. And of course, we can't forget Demon Knight,
That's my favorite one that he's in.
which I had never seen. I'd seen Bordello Blood, never seen Demon Knight. And Laura's like, what? We need to watch this.
The soundtrack to that is Chef's Kiss.
So we ended up watching Demon Knight, and I see why she enjoyed it. Because I enjoyed it. It was a fun movie.
It was fun.
So at this point, my wife turns to me and she says,
What'd you think?
And here's where we talk about this movie and our thoughts, as well as my youngest, who joined us once again because when
We watched the whole thing.
Yep, we told him the premise and didn't really, we kind of gave hints as to who was in it, but they weren't familiar with either Billy Zane or Stephen Baldwin because they're 21 years old, and why would they? But they stuck around, yeah, especially in the last, we'll get to the third act. That's when things get a little off the rails. So we're off to a Baldwin start. The movie opens with Stephen Baldwin's character, who actually mentioned in the breakdown of the film, what do you call that? The synopsis. Mm-hmm. He plays a guy who's a little off-center. He lives alone. He talks to these basically like almost scarecrow type people that enter in the
Mannequins.
house. Yeah, that have faces and they have full bodies, and he talks to them like they're real. So he is obviously, they indicate that he's being besieged by some sort of something, and something makes noise in the attic, and he says, this thing has escaped. You don't know what it is at this point, but he goes with a shotgun to try and track it down. He tells the dummy downstairs to watch the downstairs. He tells the other dummy to go outside and flank the guy that's escaped. And he starts shooting up the house, chasing it, goes out to his truck. When he gets in the truck, he drives out into the middle of the cornfield to where the crop circles almost are, and is shooting just randomly with his glasses off to the side and acting like he's drunk. I don't know. It was a very weird choice.
Well, he got in the car accident kind of thing, which was a weird car accident.
Which one of the dummies was in the passenger seat?
Wonder if maybe he like hit his head or something, and he was just like kind of out of it.
I think that's maybe what was implied because he never fixed his glasses.
And he was like, oh, and he's just like shooting willy-nilly, and whenever he shoots the gun, he like flies backwards, and
It was
very weird.
because he acted like he was drunk, but he didn't act like, he wasn't like, like typically you think you hit your head, you're going to be like, oh man, like I'm not seeing straight. And maybe you shoot and then you kind of like hold your head. No, he just looked like he was drunk
Yeah.
or off center. I don't know. It was really weird acting choice.
And then he died.
And then there was the fuel pump got loose, started spraying gas everywhere. He accidentally lit it on fire the first time, and then the second shot blew up the truck in a fireball. And that's the beginning of the movie. So we're off to a great start. Fast forward to his cousin showing up with 5 of his friends to essentially he's inherited the property. I guess he's the only family member he has. They're going to rebuild the house or fix it up or whatever to make it sellable, sell the land, sell the house, and move on with their lives. These are all young people, so to have like property to sell is like cha-ching, I
Yeah.
mean, maybe you're sad about your cousin passing, but
But that could be life-changing for them.
yeah, for sure. And when they get there, they realize that the house is in much more disrepair than they thought.
Gross. Maggots and whatnot.
It's pretty nasty. Like, he did not take care of things.
No. And he'd only been dead for like a week.
Yeah, it was really quick, the turnaround time.
Yeah. But they're acting like it's been sitting there like rotting for
Months.
forever. So like who knows what the state was when he was there living too. So.
It was implied that something was off with his mind. So they find one of the crop circles. They talk about how most people talk about crop circles, that it feels like that there's ionization, like it's about to rain. And it's, this kind of just this weird feeling you get, although crop circles are debated as to if they're real or just hoaxes. But anyway, So you quickly realize that there's an alien component and that he's figured out, Stephen Baldwin, that putting lead around the house has kept him
Yeah.
safe. Right? Is it lead?
Lead. Yeah.
Or is it steel?
Iron. It's iron.
Right. I was like, it's some sort of
I'm like, it's not something
component.
that would kill you.
no, because
Yeah.
they talk about how pins from this one girl had pins in her body, and they find the pins in the field after she gets abducted or killed or whatever. And he's got steel or iron
Iron.
all over the place that supposedly keeps them from actually getting into the house or
Which
out.
would be weird. Oh, I would think that if somebody had it's a steel rod and like they, steel pins, not iron, but apparently she's made of iron.
Was it because I feel like Ash made a comment about how they were Iron Man.
He was just being funny and
Yeah.
saying like they should take all the iron. We had fun watching this movie. Like I like it when Ash gets into it and he's just silly and he makes funny comments and silly person.
Well, then while they're starting to remodel the house, they realize that things are a little funky, and there's a clock going on. It starts with Monday, and it just keeps every day that goes by something different happens. And at one point, one of the girls is on the porch, and she's like, "Look, there's another crop circle." And meanwhile, there's corn that's probably 8 feet high. And
There's no way they could have seen it. How did it get there? Like, okay,
they would have had to been on top of the house, and they were not.
no,
So she apparently has crop circle
yeah,
ESP or something. Still no aliens, but we get nudity instead, which I guess that's the trade-off. You get introduced to Billy Zane's character. He's the local sheriff of the town. He's pretty much on his own. He talks to a dispatcher, but we don't ever see any other officers. He's really, laid back. He apparently was friends with Steven. He knows his cousin, and they established that there's a relationship there, and so he's kind of involved, but not really for a while. Like initially, it's just the kids getting things fixed up, and then as the aliens start to show up, they start to pick them off one by one. We started questioning if Billy was an alien because he was acting very peculiar, and I wasn't sure, but Ash and Laura were felt like it was pretty confident. And the more it went on, the more I kind of saw their point that it did seem like it was a good possibility. Spoiler alert, he wasn't.
nope.
Then we have Maurice, who's one of the 5 kids, who is a pervert. Because he is spying on one of the other girls who's changing. During the course of that, an alien runs by the window, which prompts him to bust into the room to try and...
Doesn't run by the window. They're on the second floor.
Oh.
But it was yeah, that's why the guy was like, how'd you know? Like, he's like, this is the second story. There's no way that, somebody could have been like running by the window.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
But that kind of gets pushed to the side. Like, they're like, okay,
Yeah.
it's a problem, but we're going to look past it because you kept her safe from whatever was outside, I guess.
Yeah.
By Saturday, nothing's happened yet. And then all of a sudden, surprise, Mother Clucker, aliens. And this is where the third act begins and things just go off a cliff.
Yeah.
We get more Billy Zane, though.
We do get more Billy Zane. That's my favorite part of this. I was like, the good parts were Stephen Baldwin being weird in the beginning, and then Billy Zane. I said wee wah woo woo or something. Wee wah woo woo.
Him and his eyes of panty droppage. I don't know. I did.
He's
write,
easy on the eyes.
I did write a quote here. Shags bald dudes.
I do.
That said, iron is the bane of all mythological creatures, and we're like, is it? Is that like something we should know about?
Right. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
I forgot about that. If I had looked at my notes, I would have seen it was iron. Which, incidentally, what doctor is using iron for pins because there was a car accident that caused 2 of the kids to have steel pins. She had them in her hip. He has them in his knee or arm. Multiple, 6 or so. I think those are not. I don't think those are iron. I think they're
made out of steel.
steel or titanium. I don't
Yes.
think they're iron. But whatever. And then we get the joyous reveal of the aliens, which it's 2003.
It's CGI.
It's CGI, but it's not even good video game level CGI.
It's like these gray aliens, right? And they're just kind of standing there, and they're like when
They're
they
green.
fall over, they're but it's like the grays.
Yeah, they look like grays, but they're green.
Yeah, but so the big eyes and whatever, and they're tall and skinny, and just you can just tell that it's just they're CGI.
The modeling on it is like we watch the special features and they show the models.
They were very
and
proud of it.
The art they're based off of was pretty decent, but then they show the model that they created in the computer, and it's like
They were very proud of it. They're like, boy, oh, boy, howdy. We hope that people get jump scared
it.
to death on this movie. And I'm like, what? What?
They were not scary. They looked silly. They completely looked out of place.
Ash was laughing so hard. It just made me so happy. He was like, oh my God. Like so excited to see
'cause
these dumb things.
They shoot him, but nothing really happens until eventually they shoot him in the head or something, and they like disintegrate. But like one of them like fell down, and it didn't fall down normally. It just kind of went, like
Yeah, like its whole body just being, over like,
it didn't slump down. It didn't do anything. It just
No.
like literally like went plop.
yeah.
And incidentally, these aliens can teleport once the defenses are down. They like keep teleporting in and out. One of the guys gets cut in half, but you don't see the cut in half. You just see the body with the sheet and half of a body, it looks like. But there's just like a ton of them. Like all of a sudden, like it went from 1 to 2 to like
Thousands.
a bunch. Yeah. And they're just like popping in and out, and they're trying to shoot him. And Billy Zane, like,
He's like, God damn it. I'm out of bullets. And, he's just like,
tells everybody to leave.
yeah, he's just laying there and he's like, well, I'm just going to yank this gas line out and look at it. And he's looking at the aliens, and then he just takes his little like Zippo and
Which at first I thought he was going to make like a makeshift flamethrower, because if there's gas pouring out of it, there's a good chance that if it's not too much gas in the room yet and you do your lighter, you might be able to create like at least temporarily, because it's going to heat up pretty quick probably, even though it's insulated, I'm guessing. So he might have been able to at least last a little while, but no, he just completely like, instead of just lighting it and leaving it and then leaving the house and then tossing the lighter back in, he just consigns him. He's not shot. He's not injured really. He could have left.
yeah.
He just consigned himself to his fate that he's going to get blown to heck.
Yeah.
And so the house blows up, and then it implodes into the ground, because I think there was a portal maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, all the aliens were like transporting into the house and stuff.
It turned into, just think Night of the Living Dead, but with portals and aliens instead of zombies is basically what you've got.
Yeah.
Like, for all intents and purposes, it turns into a zombie film with aliens.
Yeah.
Because the 3 people that actually survive and get away, won't tell you who, we'll let you see that part. As they're driving away, they're hearing reports that there's aliens showing up all over the place, and they're popping in and up for some reason. And the world has basically been invaded, and they drive off into the sunset. And there was no silent warnings too, but it's implied that
There wasn't any silent warnings at all.
nope, it wasn't even a silent but deadly. There was
Yeah.
nothing. It would have been a better title, by the way.
Exactly. All right. So, do you have final thoughts?
I do. Which do you have a quote from Ash, by the way?
I do.
Okay. So my final thoughts were, it really was a zombie movie with aliens.
Really bad aliens.
That's all I got.
I said best alien movie ever? No, but boy oh boy, was it ever fun to make fun of. And then I said, oh, and Billy Zane. Wowie woo woo. Wowie wee wow. That's what I said. Wowie wee wow.
That's zany.
And then Ash said, oh my God, that changed my life.
They were
And we're
having...
back.
So, the dog started barking. But anyway, they had so much fun with this movie. Like, sometimes we'll watch a movie and they'll be like, oh my God, why did I waste my time? But I felt like this time they got it. Like, they understood kind of what we sometimes run into.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know what to expect. We thought it was going to be really, really like...
We like bad movies. I mean, like whatever. Like they're movies, right? Like it was from 2003 and like, that's CGI was bad back then. So
We were expecting a slow-moving, no aliens. And then, incidentally, they did intersperse people in alien suits occasionally.
Yeah.
And they looked so different from the actual aliens that, anyway.
yeah.
You just have to check it out for yourself.
All right. And then so we like to rate this, but the way that we do it is we say that if you had to pay for this movie, again, how much would you pay? $5 or less.
Did we give the requirements for the show? That was $5 sci-fi horror and all that, didn't we? I don't remember. It's been so long ago. So for me, I ended up giving it 34 cents out of $5.
Oh, I gave it $1 because it was dumb fun.
It was dumb fun. I just wanted to give a weird change amount.
Yeah.
Because
that.
I did enjoy it, and I'm glad we have it. And I'm glad my kid liked it. And I do recommend that you watch it despite the 34 cents. So
All right. I am going to blow it up, though.
you're going to blow it up?
The aliens need to be blown
We'll
up.
do some bad CGI.
Ready? All right.
Oh.
Okay.
was-
So if they don't want to watch this movie, what should they watch?
This was easy. You even mentioned it when we were watching the movie, but I have to go with 2002's Signs, which was a much better alien movie in terms of interspersing the.
That was a fun one.
Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, that the solution to the problem was pretty dumb. Check your brain at the door.
It is what it is.
The scene at the birthday party with the video camera will get you. That is actually a jump scare. This was not.
It's a dumb scare.
Clever.
All right. What are we watching next week?
All right. So we are on to this collection again, and we are on to the second one. So we watched Sisters of Death, and it's the one under Sisters of Death from 1971.
Oh, fun. All right. And this is from the Horror Cinema series, over 14 hours, 12 features. That's got some good ones on here. All right. So Lady Frankenstein. That sounds fun. When Dr. Frankenstein is killed, his daughter Tanya and Dr. Charles Marshall are left to carry on his work. Tanya loves Charles, but can't deny her lust for Stephen, a brawny groundskeeper. She decides to have the best of both worlds and transplants Charlie's brain into Stephen's body. That sounds fun. I'm excited about that.
But no Billy Zane, sorry.
No.
Oh, you want attention?
Is that that's Jack Nicholson, right?
That's from, that's, I don't know if that's The Terror or Planet, Little Shop of Horrors. Is one of those on there?
No.
The Terror and Little Shop of Horrors?
The
Neither
Terror's
one
in
of them?
here,
Okay,
yeah.
then it's
Yep.
The Terror.
Oh, yeah, I see. I see. I can't. Boy, oh,
It was one of his
boy.
earlier films. He was Little Shop, I think, was the first of his films. Then The Terror was right.
The
shortly
writing on
thereafter.
here is minuscule.
Un poquito.
That is not even like a 1 font. That's like a 0.5
It's
size.
tiny.
It's teeny tiny.
So yeah, Lady Frankenstein, we're changing it up.
All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And until next week.
Keep it cheap and creepy.
Bye.
Billy Zane.
Wowie wee wow.
Doesn't mean you should go chasing the dead.
It may be your robot, but it's my house.
I'm gonna get a close look at these sharks.
Sounds dangerous.
Well, I'll be careful.
This is my buddy, Mr. Pumpkinhead. He is an incredible friend, especially this time of year. Halloween! Love you, Pumpkin.